Hi, it's Crystal, and it's time for another update. I'm actually a couple days behind on it, but I have hit the 3-month post-op mark, and that's 5 months into the start of my journey so far. Started it on December 12th, December 11th, December 12th, and started losing weight. And then I had my surgery on Valentine's Day, and now we're we're almost exactly 3 months post-surgery. So I'm currently down to 228. That's 83 pounds that I've lost, and it's not where I was hoping to be at this point, to be honest, but it is a huge accomplishment, and I'm trying to stay focused on that. As far as how I'm feeling, I feel really good overall. There are days when I don't get enough protein in, or I don't get enough water in, and I can really, really feel it when that happens. I just feel weak. I just feel worn out. I don't have the energy that I need to have. Go figure. You just feel it in your body. Even if you don't have the hunger sensation, you definitely feel it, and it takes a toll. So really important to stay on top of that. Never thought I'd have a problem not getting enough food into my body, and that is definitely something I struggle with on certain days. I just don't feel like eating. It feels like a chore, and so that's a little different. And then there are days I still want to eat the things that I should not eat at all, and so that's definitely something that doesn't go away because it's in your head, and other people are having it, and you just have to get real about it. So that actually brings up one issue. I had to get very real about what could be in my home and couldn't be in my home, even for my kids. I understand that it's probably not fair that they don't get to have all the junk food that they want, but I know it's better in the long run for them. And I can't handle it being around because the junk food could go down easily. I've had a couple nibbles here, a couple nibbles there, things I wasn't supposed to eat, and not only did my body have a huge response to having that stuff, it was a reminder to me on what a huge temptation is. It's easy to fall into the mindset that I am just like everybody else, and I can eat like other people eat and my body not be affected, and that is so not true. But I'll get to that in a second. So feeling good. The other things that have changed so far is that I have been exercising. I think I mentioned that in the last video. I'm exercising. I'm swimming 3 times a week, and I'm doing weightlifting twice a week. So that feels really, really good. I don't always feel like doing it, but for the most part, I've really, really come to enjoy it and just love my time exercising and all that I get to do in that. It's just relaxing, and I never thought that I'd be one of those people that saw exercise that way, but definitely do. And the weightlifting, I'm just trying to tone so I don't get, really huge, flabby, whatever's, arms, thighs, you name it. Plus, it feels good. It just feels good to be able to lift weights, start to work out all those different muscle groups that I don't know that I really realized I had before, and find out that I do, and it just feels good. So doing that, so probably exercising about 5 times a week at this point. And so far, physically, besides the weight loss, what I've experienced is that I no longer have sleep apnea. When I started this journey, I had sleep apnea. I don't anymore, as far as I can tell. I had high blood pressure when I started this, and I don't have high blood pressure anymore. And my hormones have started to regulate. So my body is kind of calming down and chilling out when it comes to the hormones and how crazy everything was for me. And in that, I haven't been retested, but I would not be surprised to find out that my liver has returned to normal as well. I'm hoping that is the case. I won't find that out until the 6-month mark. So I still got a few more months to wait on that one. So that is all fantastic news. My body is definitely a lot happier with me than it was, just 5 months ago. And those are the things that helps to focus on. So the big issue that I wanted to address for anybody that's watching that may have to deal with it themselves is when you have weight loss surgery, the differences between that and having an autoimmune disease. And for me, the big catalyst for me having the surgery was the fact that I had 2 autoimmune diseases and I was sick and miserable. And it definitely has changed how I'm able to approach the whole eating thing, the weight loss surgery and all of that jazz versus a person that just has the surgery. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I cannot eat the same way that other people eat, even that have the surgery. I have to be very, very specific and intentional with what goes into my body. So I have to try to have an anti-inflammatory diet, which, diets like the paleo diet, or I can't remember the other ones off the top of my head right now, but there are several out there. And the point is that you eat only things that is thought to not have a response in a person's body that kind of try to counteract any inflammation. Because when you have an autoimmune disease, your body's attacking itself. So that means that I couldn't have the protein drinks that I needed to have that had any milk products in them. That whey is a milk derivative, and I couldn't have it. So I had to go on a hunt and find a protein drink, because I'm still supposed to have protein drinks, because my stomach is not big enough to get all the food in that it needs to get on an average day to get the number of protein grams I need. So I finally found one online. It's called Gold Standard Egg, and it has been awesome. I ordered it through Amazon, and it's like $36 or something, and it is totally made by egg. So it's anti-inflammatory, it fit, but that was a huge learning curve. I literally went to every place in the town I live, and I couldn't find anything that fit the bill for me. So that was one thing. And then the other thing is that because I can't have, basically I'm limited to meat, fruit, and vegetables, but I can't have a lot of the fruit and vegetables yet because of having the surgery. So it makes it a lot more complicated, and you have to really plan things out more. So that has been a huge thing that I've had to deal with, that has kind of made me feel like, okay, can't really fit into the mold with other people that have had the weight loss surgery, and it has slowed down my weight loss journey. So, because if I eat the wrong thing, I literally plateau for a week. So it's definitely been an obstacle to overcome, which leads me to the big issue that I've learned that I have to deal with and come to grips with, is that I'm not like everybody else. I have to grieve the loss of what food was for me, but I also have to grieve the fact that my body doesn't operate like average Joe Schmo normal. So it seems silly to me to grieve such a thing. That was my first response to the realization, but I'm seeing the need for that. So I feel like I'm just beginning to see what that looks like. It literally changes every detail of my life, from going out with my family and friends to just everyday stuff, because there's a lot that I can't do. There's a lot that I can't have. And what does that look like and still lead a life? So I feel like I'm just trying to figure that out right now, and in the midst of having big feelings from time to time about things being different for me, and that is just super, super frustrating at times. So one of the big things for me that I've learned to kind of get through it is to stay encouraged by looking at not just the numbers of how far I've come, because I kind of had in my mind where I wanted to be at this point and I'm not there, but to look at the whole picture and to see, gosh, I never thought I'd even make it to this point. And to stay focused on where I'm wanting to go, and realizing that even if it takes me longer than I was hoping it was going to take me, that I'm going to get there one day, or I'm going to die trying. And that the only way that I can get through it and to deal with everything is to realize that I have to rely on God, and that God is enough. People can't do it, food can't do it, but He can. And He is what has brought me through all of this and has taken me this far. And I screw it up all the time. I'm constantly kind of fumbling, but I'm fumbling forward. I'm moving toward that goal instead of away from it. And, that is something that I really have to intentionally stay focused on and deal with the stuff that goes on in my head about it all. So, I just wanted to encourage anybody else out there that doesn't fit into the typical stuff, if they're struggling with weight loss or whatever it is, that, if you stay focused, stay encouraged, figure out what makes you feel better and is good for you, and just work on that, and hopefully learn what it means to just give it to God and let Him change those parts in you, because apart from Him, none of this would have been happening. So yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching. Bye.